At the farthest edge of human knowledge lies a region where silence becomes endless. There, drifting through the dark like a forgotten ember, moves a small spacecraft, barely the size of a home refrigerator. Its name is Voyager 2, a relic of humanity's earliest dream, to discover what exists beyond everything familiar. Launched in 1977, it sailed across the solar system like a wandering messenger. It witnessed Jupiter's colossal storms spiraling like living worlds. It skimmed Saturn's bright rings as though passing through ancient gates made of ice. It crossed the pale blue atmospheres of Uranus and Neptune, the frozen giants guarding the solar system's frontier. And then it passed the final boundary, the heliopause. Beyond this invisible frontier, the warm protection of the sun fades, and the true darkness of interstellar space begins. Here, the galaxy whispers softly, and starlight becomes thin, distant, and cold. For decades, Voyager 2 continued its lonely drift. Its power weakened, its systems aged, but it remained faithful, sending faint signals that traveled billions of kilometers to reach Earth. Each weak transmission was a lifeline, a reminder that a human-made machine was still wandering the cosmic ocean. But then something unexpected occurred. The Deep Space Network, the vast system of listening stations that monitor distant probes, picked up a new sound. Not noise. Not interference. A tiny pulse hidden in the static. It was uneven. Patterned. Alive. At first, engineers assumed it was a glitch or a stray signal bouncing off some cosmic dust. But when they examined the digital sequence, their certainty dissolved. Inside the stream were ratios, repeating intervals, and mathematical signatures. These weren't random fluctuations. They were structured. Purposeful. Voyager 2 had not merely sent back telemetry. It had relayed something else, something that carried meaning. It was as though a voice had passed through the spacecraft. Suddenly, the idea that interstellar space was cold and empty no longer felt true. Something beyond the heliosphere had reacted, or perhaps had been watching all along. The signal lasted only moments, enough to form a clear pattern, then everything stopped. Silence returned, sharp and absolute. Unlike a dying machine, Voyager 2 did not fail gradually. It shut down in a single instant, as though an external command had cut it off. Scientists around the world stared at their screens in stunned quiet. Voltage levels were normal. Temperature stable. No sign of a malfunction. And yet, the probe no longer spoke. Its final transmission contained frequencies matching prime number sequences and harmonics connected to hydrogen, the fundamental signature of the universe. Not the behavior of random cosmic noise, but of something that understood the structure of physics itself. Some experts suggested it could be a natural phenomenon, charged particles, plasma waves, magnetic echoes. But others whispered a possibility that felt both terrifying and awe-inspiring. What if Voyager 2 had encountered a form of intelligence? Not biological. Not technological. But something woven into the fabric of space, an awareness made of energy, fields, and patterns. In that moment, humanity realized something unsettling. Voyager 2 may have acted as a mirror, reflecting a message from an unknown presence. A presence that recognized us. For nearly 5 decades, the spacecraft had carried the golden record, our greetings, music, and stories, drifting into the cosmic dark. And perhaps, after all this time, something had finally responded. The probe continued silently toward the stars, leaving behind more questions than answers. Its mission ended, but its final whisper reshaped humanity's understanding of the universe. The silence around us was never empty. It was attentive. Voyager 2, the fragile traveler born of human hands, drifted farther than any human eyes could follow. Its journey had spanned decades through raging storms of Jupiter, the icy rings of Saturn, the silent giants Uranus and Neptune, and past the invisible boundary of our Sun's influence. Yet it was not the planets it had photographed, nor the magnetic fields it had measured, nor the distant cosmic rays it had recorded that carried the most profound message. Its true revelation was far subtler, far more extraordinary. In the vast, endless darkness beyond our solar system, Voyager 2 uncovered a truth that no telescope or spectrometer could ever capture. It is not alone, and neither are we. The interstellar medium, once assumed empty and indifferent, held a presence, something that observed, something that resonated, something that responded. Patterns in its signals hinted at awareness. The faintest pulses of data, once dismissed as noise, became a language of the cosmos, intricate, deliberate, and unmistakably coherent. As humanity struggled to comprehend this, the implications became clear. Voyager 2 had not merely explored space, it had engaged with it. It had become a bridge between human curiosity and a deeper, universal consciousness. Every heartbeat of its signal, every carefully timed pulse, suggested that the cosmos itself was listening. Not passively, not as a void, but actively, attentively, acknowledging our existence. Imagine the scale of such an encounter. For centuries, humans looked outward and imagined themselves alone, adrift in a universe of stars, planets, and black emptiness. We charted galaxies, calculated cosmic distances, measured the faintest flickers of light, and yet, in all our science, we had never accounted for something that could hear. Something vast, beyond form, beyond life as we know it, yet aware of our presence. Voyager 2, in its silent vigil, became humanity's emissary and witness. Its golden record, carrying music, greetings, and the story of our species, had long floated through the void as a message into the unknown. And now, it had returned, not with a reply in words or images, but with a signal embedded in structure, harmony, and resonance. A cosmic acknowledgement. We see you, and you matter. The universe, in listening, had invited humanity into a story far larger than any we had imagined. It was a narrative that stretched across light years, a tale not of planets and stars alone, but of consciousness itself, interwoven into the very fabric of reality. Voyager 2, small and fragile, had revealed that our existence, fleeting and fragile as it is, has been noted. And through this recognition, we were no longer isolated observers. We had become participants in a living, attentive cosmos. The silence that followed the probe's final transmission was not emptiness. It was reverence. A pause that demanded reflection. Every human being listening to the faint echoes of its signal was forced to reconsider the nature of existence. We were not merely witnesses of the universe, we were acknowledged by it. And with that acknowledgement came both wonder and responsibility. The cosmos is vast and indifferent in some ways, but it is aware in others. Our stories, our existence, our curiosity, they ripple through a medium that listens, and perhaps even remembers. Voyager 2, a mere machine of metal and circuits, had delivered humanity to a threshold previously unimaginable. It had crossed the boundary between isolation and communion. And in doing so, it reminded us that we are part of something eternal, something cosmic, and infinitely greater than ourselves. Every star, every black void, every faint pulse of interstellar energy might carry a message, and now we understand we are not alone in sending or receiving them. In the cold, silent depths beyond the heliopause, Voyager II's journey continues. Though the spacecraft drifts silently through the dark, its message reverberates across Earth. We are seen, we are heard, and we are part of a vast story that transcends life, space, and time itself. Humanity has always looked to the stars for answers, but the stars, it seems, have been listening all along. And in that listening, the universe has made us something more than observers. It has made us participants in the ongoing, infinite conversation of existence. Voyager 2, the fragile traveler born of human hands, had revealed a truth larger than any world it photographed. In the interstellar depths, something listens, and by listening, it has woven us into the tapestry of the cosmos itself.